The morning mist clung to the ground as the waves lapped gently against the shore of Ganryu Island. The sun had barely begun its ascent, casting an eerie glow upon the small patch of land destined to be the site of a legendary duel. Miyamoto Musashi stood barefoot in the cool sand, his weathered hands gripping a bokken, a wooden sword he had carved from the oar of the boat that had carried him to the island. His opponent, Sasaki Kojiro, was already there, his long katana, the infamous drying pole, gleaming menacingly in the dim morning light. Kojiro was known as one of the finest swordsmen in all of Japan, his skill unmatched, except perhaps by the man who now stood before him. Musashi had arrived late on purpose, knowing it would frustrate his adversary. His long, unkempt hair hung in strands over his face, his clothes disheveled, yet his eyes were calm like the sea before a raging storm. Kojiro, impatient and seething with anger, unsheathed his katana with a sharp ring, throwing his scabbard to the ground. "You have already lost," Musashi remarked coolly. Kojiro narrowed his eyes. "And why is that?" Musashi smirked. "A true warrior never discards his scabbard until the battle is over." With a cry of fury, Kojiro lunged. His movements were precise, calculated, yet Musashi was already stepping aside, his wooden blade rising in a sweeping arc. The sound of wood striking flesh echoed through the silent morning as Musashi's bokken connected with Kojiro's skull in a single, decisive stroke. The duel was over in an instant, faster than any onlooker could have anticipated. Kojiro staggered, his sword slipping from his fingers as blood trickled down his face. His body wavered, and then he crumpled onto the sand. Musashi stepped back, his expression unreadable. He did not revel in victory, nor did he gloat. He simply turned and walked away, leaving his fallen opponent behind. The legend of Miyamoto Musashi was forever cemented in that moment. But as he departed from Ganryu Island, he felt a quiet realization settle within him. His journey as a swordsman had reached its peak. There were no more battles left to fight, no greater foes to defeat. From that day on, Musashi wandered Japan not as a warrior, but as a philosopher, an artist, and a teacher, dedicating the rest of his life to mastering not only the blade, but the mind and spirit as well. It was not the duels that defined him, but the lessons they taught him. And in the end, it was not victory that mattered, but the path he walked to achieve it.